What is up, Mets fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Mets'd podcast. Rare sweep. We got a sweep, and things I guess are looking better for the Mets than they were going into the series. The roller coaster ride of still a god awful season truly is something that needs to be studied by the New York Mets and this fan base. But hey, Marlins came into Citi Field, swept them, played good baseball, better baseball.
Mostly good baseball.
Mostly good baseball. We'll talk all about it, of course, as we always do. Make sure you are subscribed to Mets'd over on YouTube if you want to see the video version. And if you are listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. Where do we want to start, James?
I'd like to do chronological, especially because the games on Saturday and Sunday were more so, especially Sunday, like kind of solved by the middle of them. Friday night was like the jewel of the series. Friday night was the banger. Friday night was the jump out to an early lead, blow it, find a way to battle back. Like this was it worked out to be a tone setter for the series, truthfully.
Yeah, I was watching the game at a bar in Astoria. Shout out Rivercrest. That's where I was watching the game. Good chicken sandwich, a nice blackened chicken sandwich.
They've always had good food there.
Yeah, pretty solid food. Freddie Peralta did not pitch well, though.
Horribly.
I was quite frustrated with this performance from Freddie, where, like, I need to see more out of him. Again, like, there's so many things that need to happen in this Mets season for them to even have a chance of being, like, 500, it feels like at times. But if the Mets do want to continue to improve, Freddie Peralta simply has to be better, and 4 2/3 while only giving up 2 runs is not, like, the worst line, but the idea that 4 2/3, giving up 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. It's like I need a sharper version of Freddie. I can't have that version of him.
It's especially frustrating when, this Mets team is trying desperately to stack wins. They did, again, over the last 4 days, but to put up 4 runs in the first inning and then to watch Freddie have bled out to give all of that back, especially in, like, what were really just annoying innings in the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, was just, like, couldn't make the pitches when he had to make them, couldn't do easy stuff. There were, like, dinkers, doinkers, infield hits. There was the error by Vientos, but still, it's just like it's at a lot of opportunities to get himself out of that with a really wide lead. It wound up not getting out of it with a wide lead. You let the Marlins get back in the game. They eventually come back all the way, tie the game, but it's just frustrating. Freddie Peralta's not being an ace right now.
Yes.
You feel like he's also not that close to getting there with just the way that his slider's not really a part of his game right now, which is really, really frustrating considering that's been a big pitch for him for a long time. So just watching Freddie Peralta go change-up after change-up to righties is like, all right, come on, get something else going, please.
Yeah, I guess the saving grace here is that it doesn't feel like Freddie Peralta's had particularly a great game yet as a New York Met. Nothing that's, like, stood out as, like, whoa, Freddie Peralta, that's the guy that we traded for, and his ERA still is 3.55. So, like,
that's fine.
It's totally fine, but we do need him to be better. That being said, big shout out to the offense again for stepping up. And this one, Mark Vientos, just when you think he's dead, he says, hold on, I'm going to have a home run against the Miami Marlins. Big game for him. And then, MJ Melendez, obviously the star of the show in this one with that walk-off home run at the end of the game, which the camera, I know there's reasons that things have changed at SNY, but man, oh man, do I miss that who shall not be named, because the broadcast is just such a mess right now. I thought that ball by MJ Melendez was 150 feet foul. I thought at the absolute best it was a pop-up, maybe that snuck out of foul territory. It was insane that ball was upper decking in the Coca-Cola corner. I had no clue where that ball was going. Also, MJ Melendez, I thought, was basically on the outs of being dead soon for this New York Mets roster. Sticking around now. I
also just loved how on that swing, how inside that pitch was, how he got his hands into that ball, and how he was still able to get the barrel on it. And also, again, shout out to the first inning of this game. Brett Baty having a nice 2-out RBI single. I think Brett Baty has been
well.
A little bit more Johnny on the spot recently again, as it's come with him playing more third base, but also in that first inning, kind of what we lamented, just seeing Max Meyer a week ago. It was nice to see the team aggressive on breaking balls in the zone for the entirety of Meyer's outing and kind of give him his first crooked number he's really given up all season. I even think the Vientos home run, that was just completely destroyed. Now, that was a fastball. All right. So I think that was kind of, getting on the breaking stuff early, forcing fastballs. But it was nice to see kind of exactly the opposite of what we said last time. Felt like they went in with a very good plan in this game. There was a real idea of what to attack, when to attack it. You could see the offense kind of like get in front of itself as it happened.
Yeah, and also Jared Young back. Love to see Jared Young back, which
there's nothing wrong with Jared Young. Jared Young takes great at-bats, hits the ball
That's
very,
what I'm saying.
very hard.
Good ball player.
It's awesome. It's just, again, this game, it was so fun to win it the way we wanted, but the whole time in the back of my mind, I was like, Freddie Peralta shit's pissing me off.
Yeah, no, I think I texted you. I'm like, I'm getting really frustrated watching Freddie Peralta pitch. It's not that it's bad. It's just, it's not good. Does that make sense?
It's a grind every time.
Yeah. Bullpen was interesting. I think that would be the one thing to talk about in this game from, I guess the negative standpoint was, we found out Tobias Myers got optioned after the game, which I thought was bizarre, but the usage of Tobias Myers continues to be just not making any sense.
Yeah, it's not bizarre given the context of what's happened with this team right now, because in that game, just to rehash it and recount it, because Freddie could not get out of that fifth inning, and then we were ripping one-inning relievers after that because we have two separate bullpen sections. So nice for David Peterson to save the bullpen Sunday, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
With Freddie, 7 pitchers had to pitch in this game. And it was Austin Warren who was entrusted for the 3 most critical outs when it was all said and done. So it is just, especially in that game too, Tobias, even though Casey hit the home run off him, the game-tying home run, that was the 8th inning, right? Yeah, it was the 8th, not the 7th. He was gassing it up harder. Tobias Myers' velocity was up across the board. It was fastballs and cutters with still a lot of the curveball. So it does seem like there's a directive from the organization from Tobias Myers, and I see his velocity up like that in just a 1 inning of work. They're like, you're a reliever, air it out.
But then...
after the game, now he's getting sent down. It hasn't been confirmed he's being sent down to be stretched out, is it?
No, I think they said the reasoning was that they wanted a fresh arm, and he was one of the only optionable arms. Him and Brazoban, I think, are the only guys at the moment that were
got sent down him.
Yeah, not sent down Brazoban, who's got a 1.93 ERA on the season. Tobias Myers, the send-down's weird. I don't love it because I do think he's good, but in a 1-inning situation, he is way more optionable than a guy who gives you multiple innings, right?
But that's where, again, this problem lies, and we probably sound like broken records because we've spoken about this the last few podcasts, but why is Huascar Brazoban not going multiple innings anymore? Why has that? Maybe it's just because there's too many multiple inning guys in this bullpen now, so someone had to become a 1-inning guy, and they were comfortable with him becoming a 1-inning guy because they knew they could option him if they wanted to stretch him back out, whereas other guys, some they can't. I guess they could with Jonathan Tong. But it's a strange setup right now, what's happened to Tobias Myers. It's bizarre how they've handled it the whole season, from being so definitive that he was going to make the opening day roster when it felt like, oh, maybe he should be the 6th starter that's stretched out, to them him pitching the bulk and then going back to 1 and then getting one chance to quasi-start and then just 1-inning reliever the whole way through.
Yeah, no, it was bizarre. But hey, at least they started the series off on a win, walk-off home run. Mets starting to win games now that they're losing going into the night, or that they're not winning going into the 9th inning, which is great, something that we didn't do a lot of last season. Moving on into Game 2 now.
I want to give a little more credit to Austin Warren.
Oh, he's great.
Just for a second. Him coming off that 10th inning after, it's like Connor Norby, Owen Casey, Javier Sanoja. It's not really murderer's row, but Owen Casey's tormented the Mets last weekend and earlier on in this game. So for him to just go at the guy, bang, bang, sweeper to all these guys over and over again and let them kind of get themselves out, especially Norby, whose strikeout really set the tone. It's kind of amazing how good he is.
Isn't it crazy to think
season changer?
Austin Warren was a guy who the Mets needed bullpen help all of last year. When he came up, he was good, and they just continuously didn't keep him up there.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the bullpen decisions last year.
It was bizarre. Something wasn't making sense. Also, we'll talk about it more. Big weekend for the young guys. Great weekend for the young guys.
Always. Carson Bench especially. I feel like he hasn't really played a bad game in a month and a half.
Yeah.
And Ewing, while the bat has dried up, even though the bat was good in this series, just the defensive plays over and over again. It's the big plays, getting McClain out of that inning today, but also it's just the small things, we talk about, getting a ball in a gap, getting around the ball in a tag up so guys can't really run on him as easily. It's so nice to have this athletic of a young outfield.
Yeah, I love Juan Soto's comments, too, after the game.
Psychopath.
Juan Soto loves these guys. Absolutely loves Carson Bench and A.J. Ewing, but the comment about how they're crazy and how they play such high energy so fast. Yeah, psychopaths crashing into the wall. I love to see, again, something that we mentioned is Juan Soto seemingly getting more and more comfortable, kind of taking this ish leader kind of role on this team. The relationship between him and Benj and A.J. Ewing and those guys, you can't say Soto doesn't look like he's having fun anymore, I feel like.
No, he's having tons of fun. He's having more fun, I think. Yeah. But it's sorry, RJ's over here crawling so she doesn't get in the background of the video.
Oh, classic.
But I think you just kind of need to be near the Gen Z lads. Soto, I don't know. Everything always comes back to the combination of Soto and Lindor's interactions. And it's a critical year for Francisco Lindor being 30, critical few years being 32 versus 28.
27.
27, so. But a lot of difference in
Younger than River Ryan, by the way, Juan Soto.
Stop. Is he really?
Yeah. River Ryan is a top 20 prospect in baseball, though, according to Keith Law.
Certainly so. The guy's nasty. He's still a prospect. You tell me what you spot the lie. But it is fun to watch Soto with these guys who, theoretically, he kind of Loki has more with in common.
Oh, way more in common.
It's a very different kind of atmosphere. But they're, especially him and Bench, he loves Carson Bench.
Loves Carson Bench.
To a point where it's like, this is fun. You guys are going to be here together for a very long time.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs. So, are you ready to play your game? Head over to FanDuel.com/podcast to get started. That's FanDuel.com/podcast to opt in for daily dingers. Make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Play ball. Swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, hopefully for a very long time. Love to see that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's jump ahead to game 2 real quick. Going up against Tyler Phillips in this one. We haven't done an episode like this in a while because it's just been so negative. But it is nice to go kind of like OG a little bit.
Yeah, step by step.
Look at what happened in this game, and we do have to start with Christian Scott, who got his first major league win, got him on the books. It's over.
Dude, 16 starts, 2 full calendar years, the Tommy John surgery in between. I'm happy for Christian Scott. Christian Scott it's another thing where I didn't want to do this to myself, but I kind of let my mind wander on Sunday. And seeing the Mets have a above 500 record with Juan Soto, that's an annoying thing to know and to see. But it's kind of similar. Once Christian Scott came into this rotation, it felt like he steadied things. It's kind of weird to say because he's just addicted to only throwing 5 innings. Even now that the pitch count is stretched back out to 100 from 80, still can't get through the next inning. And there's unnecessarily long innings that are mixed in. I don't remember if it was the top of the third or the top of the fourth, but Christian Scott was mowing him down, and then there was an annoying bloop, and then an infield hit, and or the infield hit, then the annoying bloop, and all of a sudden he's throwing really high stress pitches with first and third 2 outs when it felt like he was out of the inning. But every time he got into trouble, he put something where it needed to be. And I also like that we've been wanting Christian Scott's splitter to be more of a thing. And when he had to get himself through that 5th inning, when it was his last inning, he finally started unleashing that splitter to the lefties. And he finally actually placed a few nice ones. So it's, again, every single start feeling even better about Christian Scott.
Yeah, I mean, right now, a sub-3 ERA for him. He went 5 innings, struck out 8, and we know the fastball's disgusting. We know the sweeper's really good. Having that splitter now is just another wrinkle.
Get it going.
Makes it seem like a really, really tough at-bat. The Marlins hitters did not look comfortable, honestly, for a second against Christian Scott in this game.
No, and again, that was still with him still feeling like he's kind of fighting himself a little bit on the mound sometimes, especially just with that trying to go sweeper after sweeper after sweeper after sweeper all the time to these lefties, just not being able to land some of them. It still feels like he's in control, even though it's not even crispy yet.
No, but he's still got it. I mean, I can't wait till it gets crispy for Christian Scott because, boy, oh boy, are we going to have a really good pitcher on our hands.
Yeah, and shout out to Cutter, too. He was mixing in the Cutter also against lefties. Throwing each of those against lefties 5 or 6 times, even that is just really meaningful when it's so much fastball sweeper every single time over and over again.
And then also shout out the bullpen. Absolutely locked down the rest of the game. Cianel Perez, Mets debut.
Welcome home, Cianel. I thought you were going to start with this game talking about that 3rd inning because that was something that, as all the talk's been going on recently about the Tampa Bay Rays have revolutionized baseball, modern analytics, learning how to bunt.
You talking about the bunt?
That was the double bunt, the back-to-back bunt. And then the caught stealing. I was like,
some of the worst coaching in baseball happening moments.
Worst coaching, bad execution. To start off an inning with a Marcus Semien double, who actually had a really nice weekend.
Nice weekend.
For Brujan to drop down a perfect bunt, and then for Sanger to drop down a horrible bunt, just right into the first baseman's glove himself. So nice and easy throw over. And then Brujan seemingly trying to do too much, stealing when Tyler Phillips was in the set. Even. It was just that was an inning that for a moment kind of re-broke me. I was like, how could you do these things over and over again?
Oh, when the intern fired out the tweet about that inning, he was like, the New York Mets, 2026 New York Mets baseball. I was like, yeah, this is a really well-coached team. That's a kind of inning where you watch as even an outsider, not someone who's addicted to watching terrible Mets baseball, and you're like, this team, this guy can't be in charge anymore with that happening. Also, I'm getting very nitpicky here. So just let me do it for a second. Why is Vidal Brujan playing when there's a righty on the mound and Brett Beatty is playing good baseball?
Tyler Phillips is a righty, right?
Yeah, Tyler Phillips is a righty.
A righty.
we had to get Vidal Brujan at bats. I know the Mets won the game, so it didn't matter. But like, we had to get Vidal Brujan at bats. Are we kidding me right now?
It's also especially a thing where if you know you're going to get Brujan some at bats, like maybe it was just about him playing shortstops. I think he's better at shortstop than Bo Bichette is. Maybe just don't play Vidal Brujan Hayden Sanger Day.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you have two hitter or pitchers hitting basically anyway. It doesn't matter who the catcher is. Sorry, Luis Torrens, love you. Great defense. But like a bottom three of Simeon, Brujan, Sanger, it shouldn't be a game that the Mets ever win because of their offense.
No, but again, Sanger made you eat those words.
First home run of his career. I guess if that's me eating my words, then I'll eat them every single day.
I was jacked up to see him get that. It was also nice to watch that fourth inning rally because, again, after the third inning was like an inning that sent baseball back 100 years. To come out immediately next inning and finally put the runs on the board, Simeon getting hits in back-to-back innings. Soto with walks starting the go-ahead rallies in each of the first two games of the series because you can't pitch to him, and if you throw him the ball in the strike zone, it's going over the fence, and so he'll just take his walks when they happen. So that was, I'm not going to say the team battled in that sense. I don't even know what the word's going to be. Just it felt like that was a real baseball team doing real baseball. Like, oh, we had a shit inning. Wash it off. Next inning, let's get back on this guy.
It wasn't hero baseball.
Week. Yeah, it's not. This weekend did feel like just regular, normal, good, solid, fun to watch baseball because we're winning a lot. But yeah,
the worst thing is that like when this lineup is right, it is like it's kind of like the Avalanche thing that we saw very, very early on in the year. And of course, it does kind of also help when Juan Soto's in the lineup. It gets on base almost every single time he goes up to the plate, or does damage every single time he goes up to the plate. Like this is the dumbest comment I'm ever going to have, but like, man, when the Mets win, they do play fun baseball. But when they lose, it is the most unwatchable baseball on the planet.
It's probably just us watching a losing team all year, being like, yeah, this is fun when they win.
It could be that too.
And also against the things we're talking about Carson Bench steadying out. Bo Bichette continues to just make hard outs on the ground. It's painful to watch.
I don't know who tweeted it out today, but you a Fairly Odd Parents guy, James?
Oh, yeah, Mickey Bad Bad.
No, yeah, Bucky Bad Bad.
Bucky
McBad Bad, I think is his name. Yeah, that's Bo Bichette right now. I mean, he can't buy a hit.
No, it's shocking.
He's so bad. I don't know how it's possible.
But I still feel like he's stinging the ball, but it's just in the wrong places every time. It's just ground balls.
Yeah, I mean,
opposite field fly balls. Like that's kind of the whole game.
Yeah, he's just. I hate how it seems like, and this happened on Friday night too, and I was yelling about it in the bar with Ernie. Shout out Ernie. Like he's late on a fastball, like he's getting beat on the fastball. He never pulls a fastball, and then like a slider comes up in the zone, and he's still late on it. I'm like, if you can't be late on every pitch, you have to at some point try and pull the baseball a little bit, Bo Bichette. Like, what do you have to lose? Whatever you've been doing this year, you should crumple it up, throw it away. It ain't working. You have a 5. What is the OPS down to? 583. Marcus Semien has a 30-point higher OPS than you. That's fucking insane.
Marcus Semien had a big weekend. Bo Bichette
I know.
Also. We chatted out next episode. I guess we'll keep doing ex-Woba watch on Bo Bichette. Almost exactly the same as last year and 3 years ago.
I mean, like, I guess he's getting a little unlucky, but like,
I think a little, but it's also.
But we've also watched him hit. It's bad.
100%.
It's bad quality of contact. I know the balls are hit hard, but it is bad contact.
It's topped hard hit balls, which is the kind of thing that will never come up on an ex-Woba. The guy just lives on top of the ball. But again,
and opposite field.
I do wonder how bad it has to get for him not to hit second.
I would love anybody else to hit second.
That's also the flip side. There's really no one else to hit second.
I mean,
move Jared Young up to second from fourth.
His OPS is not much better than Luis Torrens. So, like, legitimately anybody could hit second if Bo Bichette's hitting second at this point in time.
I mean, there's no other righties.
Who cares?
You're gonna start. I understand not wanting to be completely like robotic, right, left. Yeah, exactly. You want Mark Vientos hit second?
Marcus Semien.
Okay, see, now you're talking crazy. Now we're like, oh, Bo Bichette should be hitting second.
But Bo Bichette's got lower OPS than all of them.
We talked away all the way in a circle, right back around it. OPS in the past doesn't necessarily mean OPS in the future, but it's just it seems like so viciously in his head as well.
Yeah, no, he's feeling it big time. Shout out Jared Young. Shout out Hayden Sanger again, hitting the long bombs.
Jared Young's awesome. Jared Young takes such a good at bat. Like
he's our Eric Dames.
I really like watching Jared Young hit. Like
we kind of joked about it last year. We're like, this is David Stearns' new Eric Dames. He's doing it now.
And again, similar to Carson Bench, he just lived on base this series. Yeah. We have almost a 320 on base percentage for Carson Bench and 250 average. We're still waiting for more power because anytime he does hit for power, the ball goes over the fence. We're still lacking doubles from Carson Bench.
No, he doesn't split a gap.
Yeah, so it's keeping the OPS very low. But like it's been a month and a half now straight, 5 weeks I think of Carson Bench just playing solid-ass baseball.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get those stats right now for us real quick here as I'm loading up MLB.com for Carson Bench. Last 30 days, I mean, we're looking at like a 760 OPS in his last 30 games. I will take that all day from our rookie.
I think that's also kind of where he projects like slightly worse than that. We kind of expected that to be, 10% better bat than league average this season with the 320, 330 on base. Like this is nice. And again, the defense is nice right now. He still makes bonehead plays, so the OA doesn't jump over 0. But like it's just he's a really good, solid, sturdy baseball player. And he's Juan Soto's best friend. Yeah,
Juan Soto loves him. If Juan Soto likes him, I like him.
And again, more Austin Warren big balls innings. Devin Williams got into another clean inning. Wasco Brasman pitched again because he pitches every single day. Like this, this felt like we were better than the Marlins this weekend.
Yes, which
after last weekend couldn't even have imagined.
No, talk about like two completely different series where
series doesn't win till the home team loses.
No, it's really what it is. Shout out Nick's Corner. I can't wait to talk about that real quick at the end of this one. But
that just perked me up to get really excited to talk about the Knicks.
I know, right? Real quick, we'll go over Game 3 as well. Carson Bench home run.
Quick.
Marcus Semien home run. Juan Soto.
After going a week straight of not being able to get a lead, to have a lead early in all of these games, it's like, oh, this feels nice to play like that.
Take a little deep breath.
After Soto's comment, we like playing with the lead. You like to get the first punch because usually if you get the first punch, it means you're going to get another punch.
That's fair. I agree. I you know what? I like when the Mets play with the lead early too.
That felt like one of the longest home runs Soto's hit as a Met. Like that ball was
onto the City Pavilion.
That ball was murdered. He stared at it like it was a fun.
He's done it as a National and as a Padre to that exact same spot.
That's true. So I guess it was about time. Let's talk a little McLean.
Doesn't look good.
He just doesn't know where the ball's going at this point. And then I think when he gets behind, he tries to focus more on throwing the breakers in the zone, especially because those breakers haven't been chased as much. I do like these. I felt like the only pitch you could command consistently. I think the sinker was mostly okay, but the cutter. But also I felt like sometimes it bled out. Like it's just he's been rough for a month straight.
It's been sloppy.
It's crazy to even have watch him. This happened a few times. Like get through a lot of innings, 5, without giving up many runs. But it's traffic. It's stressful. You still can't square him up because of the nastiness. But like he's another guy. Talk about working against himself right now. It's really frustrating to have what should be 2 top 30 pitchers in the league, and they're both right now can't really get out of their own way.
Oh, yeah, an absolutely horrible month for McLean and Freddie in the month of May. They're excited to see June on the calendar very soon. But you know what? What's great about this Mets team, we've got someone who can go deep in the pen every single day whenever your starter can't go deep into the game. And David Peterson, as a reliever, continues to be great. As long as he doesn't start the game on the mound or doesn't act like the starter, if he doesn't get the most innings in the game, David Peterson does good stuff, and he was so unbelievably acceptable in today's game.
Yeah, I want to pull up the splits right now. I think I saw our girl Diana tweet them, but I want to find them from his Baseball Reference because of how stark it actually has been this year. Because it feels like from watching these games at home that the only times David Peterson pitches well is when he comes in after a reliever, and the only times he pitches poorly to the starter. It's basically exactly line for line what has been the truth so far. As I load these stickers up, Baseball Reference. Slow as hell. I'm happy. The Wi-Fi's been so bad in this Airbnb in Ohio. I'm really happy we're actually able to get this podcast off cleanly. It took me.
It's been going great.
It took an hour 13 to upload the YouTube comment video on Saturday.
Oh, my God.
I literally had to leave the computer. Like, all right, see you later.
Hour 13 is too long.
Unreal. So as a starter versus as a reliever, David Peterson, this is unbelievable podcasting. As a starter, 7 starts this year, 7.5 ERA. As a reliever, I don't even know, does Baseball Reference include the stats for today on the same night?
No, they do not.
So it's even going to be better. Coming in, it was 5 relief appearances with a 2.2 ERA. As a starter, oh, my God. As a starter, 33 strikeouts with 19 walks in 33 innings. As a reliever, 20 strikeouts and 4 walks in 20 innings. And that was the nice thing about Peterson in this one, because it didn't really break home until the Soto grand slam.
Correct.
So he had to get through at least one inning and not let the Marlins feel like they can get back in this game. So
and then he gave us a shutdown inning.
That's just himself shutdown inning 10-1. We're good. We're good on that.
How many times have we seen the Mets?
I don't know.
We saw it earlier this year.
Yes, but still, just him to have gotten through the top of the 6th inning to just allow it to happen, because this was a game also the Mets called a break with Jansen Junk not being able to pitch.
Yes.
So you got to go Marlins bullpen game. After it was a taxing game on Friday night for both bullpens heavily, and you kind of got to get fat on a bunch of relievers who probably aren't really first team regulars.
No, definitely not the A-team bullpen for the Marlins. But yeah, shout out David Peterson. Absolutely roasted him in one of our previous episodes. I'll just say, good way to do your job today.
And Marcus Semien brings up his OPS, 65 points in one series? Storms ahead of Bo Bichette for the 500 brothers?
It's getting close to June. Marcus Semien hates April and May. This is the exact point every single year where Marcus Semien does start to turn it up. Let's see if old man time, if he can beat him one more time.
Could you imagine? Like, he's not that far off from, like, that's going to be fun. If Marcus Semien has another hot week and A.J. Ewing continues to struggle at the plate and Marcus Semien passes A.J. Ewing in OPS, that's going to break Mets fans' brains. Because Ewing, we're going on 3 weeks from A.J. Ewing now, where everything that happened in the debut was fun, but kind of as was slightly expected with him getting this really, really quick call-up, the power really is not there on a regular basis, especially not the lift and the pull. And it has felt like he's been kind of exposed by breaking balls so far. And
he's striking out a lot.
The fact that he really doesn't expand the zone very much, and he's striking out as much as he has, which is right now I think slightly over 30% or right at 30%, that's kind of untenable when you don't have the kind of like lightning tower power that A.J. Ewing does not have. And he's still contributing in tons of other ways. That's kind of the best thing about him. And I think that's why the team probably decided fuck it and call him up right now because we think he's at least a 2-win player, which is better than the other options. But I do wonder how healthy this team would have to get for him to possibly need some more seasoning in the minor leagues. But also at the same time, again, like it's hard to take him off the field.
I think not once, if Luis Robert ever plays a game for the New York Mets again, I think that's the only way that A.J. Ewing gets sent down.
No, and again, especially it's nice to have Jared Young again to not let Mark Vientos hit fourth anymore.
If we have any news on the Sockman, does he come back this year?
I think I feel like there was news on him recently. Let's give a scroll from Mike Talkman.
Good podcasting again.
We're killing this one. I mean, that's where we're having fun. We're all just hanging out here together.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this is what happens when the Mets sweep a series to go 26-33 on the year.
We got Twitter search is so broken.
You just gotta Google. I'm gonna Google Mike Talkman for you.
I'll roll the world at Company Man.
There you go, Company Man.
But it's just
I'm seeing nothing Talkman related.
No, nothing.
Real quick, I clicked the news tab on Google. Nothing. I got nothing on Talkman.
Yeah, nothing on Talkman. But maybe he'll come back one day. But again, it still is. That's going to be the conundrum because Ewing is so valuable as a defender and as a guy in the roster as a runner. But maybe hopefully he just gets through with himself. Again, similarly to Bench. If it's bad 4 weeks, sometimes you just need that as a young player.
Oh yeah, no, it hasn't changed my opinion on him as a player at all by any means.
I still feel like because he's not expanding the zone, there's still a relative quality in the at bats and defense is still quite good. But especially looking at that lineup on Saturday, again, we won, so it's great. But I'm like, how are you going to score runs in this game?
Juan Soto.
It's just Juan Soto.
Juan Soto does everything.
We got the May stats from the intern from Juan Soto on Twitter today. It's just he's been one of the best hitters in baseball again. The fact that he missed. What was the actual game count that he missed? Like 19 games, 22 games?
Something like that.
And he's still going to be a guy that looks like he's going to pace for at least 30 home runs, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to hit 30.
He hasn't run a 300 batting average in a very long time.
He's doing it.
Yeah, the OPS being around 1,000. Like, he is just one of the best players in baseball. And again, if you wanted a glimmer of hope for this Mets team, they're over 500 with Juan Soto in the lineup.
It's just got to keep him in the lineup every single day.
Well, it's not, and you also have to play still like a 98 win pace to actually get yourself to like 85 wins from this point forward.
Oh God,
96 win pace, something like that.
That feels impossible.
I feel like people probably want to come on this podcast and hear us be like, "Oh yeah, the Mets great sweep," but we're still just like, I'm just staring at math in front of my face about how to actually make the playoffs when you're this deep in the hole. I want to shout out.
We did this a week ago when they. We did that. I think things might be changing when they beat the Nationals, who, again, are relatively playing good baseball, but we know that that's not a legit team right now.
Over 500, dude.
Yeah, but of course.
A few games over.
Check me in middle of July. We'll see how the Nationals are looking. That team still has the worst pitching on the planet.
Yeah, but they game it well. But again, every single time it feels like this Mets team's getting off the mat, we get punched in the gut like that week against the Nationals, Marlins, and Reds. And you're just like, I don't even understand. And that's kind of where the shame is in the season of how many of these bullshit games that we lost to not very good teams. And especially now, if you look at the Mets schedule in June compared to May, it's much more difficult, much more good teams.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Mariners coming up, which I guess, is there anything else where we go into our Mariners preview?
I think, let me see, double check if I have anything else in my notes. I mean, just kind of the McLean stuff being like kind of worried about him, but also just watching that start, he didn't know where the pitches were going. And the hitters weren't swinging at the ones that were out there. And just kind of hoping for Semien to find something.
It would be nice. It would be nice if he could find a little something. I'm hoping Bo Bichette can find half of something.
And that this bullpen's on a wicked heater right now.
Oh, James.
Yeah, we're going to blow it, but I don't care. I'm still going to say
right,
it.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is a podcast. You can't not talk.
I mean, we could just say things, but we didn't have to say the bullpen's on a wicked heater. We talked about how good all these guys have all individually performed.
The whole thing's on a wicked heater. I don't care. I'll say it. And also want to shout out Adam, hanging out with him in Columbus today.
Adam.
Just a student who invited us into his home for a friend of a friend for while there's on a walk on a hot day. Wind up watcher.
Wow, shout out Adam. Good
and
dude.
He was like, I think this Mets team's going to get it back together. I can see it. These guys are too good to still be this bad.
Well, what's really cool is that as the Mets get hot, so are the Mariners, who just are playing some of the best baseball that they've played all year without Cal Raleigh on their roster, and we're going to Seattle to play them.
Yeah, going to Seattle to play them. It was the Mariners are having this really fun, dramatic situation as well right now. Again, winners of 6 straight. They just consecutively swept the A's and the Diamondbacks. They're throwing a good pitcher every single day. Right now, the Mariners have a problem that's never happened in baseball. And I'll say it's happening because it's actually happening with them. Too much pitching.
Oh, they literally do. Again, one of the best pitchers in their organization's in Double-A right now because they simply have too much pitching.
Another one of the best pitchers in the organization is also in Double-A. Ryan Sloan.
Yeah,
Ryan Sloan, Kate Anderson. But right now, the Mariners have had a strange season. Okay, I would never compare something like this to the Mets, but the Mariners just only got over 500 this past week. The Mariners, if you go back a few days, their low point was 23-27, I want to say. 4 games under 500. Not particularly long ago either. And it's mostly because their offense has lagged out of the gate so far. But big story in the Mariners team this season is Emerson Hancock. A high draft pick, high prospect, arm trouble, never really got himself together. He's blossomed into like a true top 40-ish, top 50 pitcher in the league. Guy's too good to come out of a 5-man rotation. But with that, Luis Castillo, longtime veteran, sturdy vet, has struggled dramatically. And when Bryce Miller came back from injury and looked effective, the Mariners right now have been trying to maneuver between Miller and Castillo about who's pitching which innings in piggyback games while Hancock maintains a rotation spot. And for all the girlies out there's crazy drama with this Mariners team right now.
A lot of drama going on with the manager, pitchers, front office, players. There's a lot going on. Even so much so again, I'm seeing like Mariners fans talking about how since Cal Raleigh got hurt, they've got this new catching, platoon between I think it's Mitch Garver and Johnny Pareda. And they're putting up good offense and they're winning baseball games. Obviously, when Cal Raleigh gets healthy, he plays every single day. But like the Mariners are playing the best baseball they've played all year, which is such great news for the New York Mets. Love that once we start to get a little bit hot, they're like, hey, you know how this was supposed to be one of the best teams in baseball? They're playing like it again.
Yeah, fuck that. Pressure makes diamonds. I want to play a real team. But again, just talk about the Miller-Castillo thing. They each pitched 5 innings in an extra inning game on Sunday, where Miller went 5 scoreless, 6 Ks, 1 hit, 1 walk. Damn. Castillo came in, allowed some chaos, a couple errors made behind him, but then still, even to that, wound up getting the win. Pitching from the 6th inning through the 10th, every single inning.
That's so insane.
It's bizarre. But again, strange things going on. But pitching matchups for this series in Seattle, the Mets making I think this is the last West Coast trip, right? Has to be.
Surely. Who else could they play on the West Coast?
I don't know. We'll do schedule scroll in a second. But Monday, back to the 9:40 games. Monday night, Emerson Hancock versus, I think Austin Warren pitching as an opener. That's the word right now.
Okay, cool. Sounds good to me.
And I guess that will be Manaea behind him in bulk.
I think so, because
they
mentioned that Manaea was going to now take Peterson's physical spot in the rotation.
Well, it doesn't seem like it because he's not starting.
But I think they just like the opener.
And then Tuesday, 9:40, it's going to be Logan Gilbert versus Jonah Tong. So I guess, again, someone will be ready for long relief in that game. Who's that going to be?
CNO Perez? I don't know.
So which one of these is Sean Manaea? It has to be the Austin Warren days, so whatever. And then Wednesday, 3:4, the afternoon slot, George Kirby versus Freddie Peralta. Get that thing out of the way before the Knicks.
Need Freddie to show up for that one.
Also, I'd like Jonah Tong and Sean Manaea to show up as well.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, the likely outcome is that one of those two doesn't, so the bullpen's going to get taxed. Yeah. Need Freddie to be a guy on Wednesday.
Let's see. Why? How are the Mets going to align this? Are we forgetting a guy right now?
Are we? No, I don't think so.
We're definitely not forgetting another long reliever in this bullpen, especially now without Tobias Myers.
Brazoban.
Yeah, it's Warren, and that's with Manaea.
Because Minter's now up.
Minter's up, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Why? Whatever. I guess Tom has to go 4. And if Tom goes 4, we just bullpen it out again after that.
Or try to get him to go 5.
Yeah, try to get him to go 5. Maybe Austin Warren goes 2 to start his game, and Sean Manaea can go 5 in his. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I guess it'll be fun to watch Sean Manaea, just see where that velocity is, see where that sweeper is, see where that color is, if he can just maintain, actually be taking these steps forward. Would be a huge boost to this team if he could be a league average starting pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Mariners lineup eats against lefties. Doesn't feel like it's a great matchup with Julio and Randy and Luke Raley playing. Well, is Luke Raley lefty?
No, Luke Raley's lefty. So the Mariners go hardcore ref side. The Mariners crush righties because of Canzone and Buckeye and Luke Raley. And even Cole Young is a lefty bat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he's lefty. So is Colt Emerson.
Yeah, so this team doesn't...
I mean, they just got good players.
They do. Colt Emerson also helps. We should talk about him. But the Mariners don't platoon a ton. Like, when they face lefties, you get Ref Snyder in the lineup, and sometimes he hits, like, leadoff. But then you get Victor Robles in for defense.
Robles?
Robles, I don't know. Brain's not working right now. But he came back off the IL, I think, just last week. So And again, like Julio's good against lefties, Randy's great against lefties. But
Patrick
it's a very
Wisdom.
That makes sense, honestly.
Wow, Patrick Wisdom's back in America? That's crazy.
Crazy thing about Patrick Wisdom is that he's about to turn 35 years old.
That checks. I feel like he was mid-30s guy.
Patrick Wisdom, Aaron Judge, Harrison Barnes, all the same age.
That is crazy.
That's a good one right there.
That's a good one.
I don't know, maybe that's it. They do get lefty. You can beat them with a lefty. Maybe we should have saved David Peterson, honestly. But this team is great. I mean, Emerson Hancock did a fun thing this year. Dropped his arm slot dramatically. He's getting just lift on his fastball like he never has. Like he's a really strange watch just because of literally where he throws the baseball from.
Yes.
And then Colt Emerson up, one of the best, also an Ohio guy. Look at all these Ohio guys this series. One of the best prospects in baseball, but definitely a guy right now who's more of a collection of tools and I think a ready-made baseball player at this juncture.
But he's been looking good so far early on.
He's been looking good. He just smacks the ball around. He still swings and misses a lot, but probably not as much as a rookie. He's not hitting the ball super hard though, and he doesn't have like the best bat speed. But right now he's got a nose for a gap.
Okay.
Finds a way to get it down the line. He's good at finding extra base hits right now. I don't know how though.
This bullpen is also dynamite. Andres Munoz has been the guy who's struggled the most, but he's absolutely electric. Shout out Cooper Criswell. He's been phenomenal for this team. Where would the Mariners be without Cooper Criswell? And then the combination of Jose Ferrer, Matt Brash, Bizzardo, Gabe Spire as like guys who just can fill in the middle innings is pretty disgusting.
You're just going to get so many nasty breaking balls from especially, I think it's Ferrer. I mean, Brash, of course, but I think Ferrer also has a crazy one. Ferrer's a splitter, doesn't he? Something weird.
He's the lefty from the. That was the Nationals guy you were hip to before a lot of people.
Yeah, it was a slider sinker changeup. Last year I was talking about him with the Nats. I took him in so many fantasy baseball leagues to try and make him a closer, but he was traded 1-for-1 for Harry Ford, who can't even buy it at bat right now in Nationals because of how good Kepa Ruiz is. But he's a lefty that sits 97, 98 miles per hour. Like the Mariners have built a beautiful baseball team here. Even a guy like Josh Naylor in the middle, I think has really, now that he's hot again, he's really helped bring their offense back together. Randy's having a great season.
Julio just had a unreal month of May. I think he hit a home run in was it 8 straight games? Did I have that right?
No, I don't think that's right.
3 straight games. My bad.
Really different from 8. That's like a major league record.
I think he had 8 RBIs in those games, but I think he had 3 straight home runs. Like he's on an absolute tear. As soon as the weather got warm, what do you know? Julio, who said this, was like, "I'm playing better."
He's also the kind of guy where it's like it's almost a shame for baseball. This is not anti-Mariner stuff, but it's harder to truly generate superstardom when you play your home games in Seattle compared to like these other traditional baseball franchises are just in an East Coast time slot so more people can watch you because he's that good.
No, he's unbelievably good. One of my favorite players to watch play baseball.
And there's a scan here. This is when the Mets aren't playing a game after 8 o'clock the rest of the season after this.
Wow.
So this is it. We got them all out of the way early. I see 8 o'clock, second to last series of the year in Texas. But after that, I think, and then San Diego after the series, this is the last trip the Mets are making to the West Coast time zone.
Let's ride. Let's win a series. Let's beat the Mariners. Let's rain on their parade.
Win a series, just beat the Mariners. Good baseball team, but just play okay baseball. Give me 2 out of 3, and let's just keep chipping away at this thing.
Quick little Knicks corner now.
For sure. We got the finals matchup set.
NBA Finals, 1999 Finals rematch, Knicks Spurs.
Shout out one of my favorite accounts on Twitter. I think it's called it's NBA Horoscope or something like that, where they post at the beginning of this NBA basketball season that the teams with the best synergy based on their zodiac signs were the Knicks and the Spurs. And then whoever runs that account doubled down when the playoffs started. So these are the 2 teams with the best equipped to go to the NBA Finals.
That's pretty good. Looking at those 2 teams, we know the Knicks a lot more personally just from watching them. Synergy. Great synergy. Good horoscopes. Watching the Spurs, those guys love each other. Holy shit. Talk about another tight team.
I think it's also just really cool, like, how much that team rides with Wemby. Like, Wemby's in his 3rd year, and he feels like such a vet.
Yeah.
And, like, it's cool to see, we both appreciate this, how much pure hatred they had for that Oklahoma City Thunder team.
It was sick.
And how they did every single thing. And, yeah, it was the Zodiac GM. Teams with the best synergy, star their synergy this postseason.
I'm begging for that to make it to Major League Baseball Twitter.
This account's gotten super viral over the last few years a handful of times. They're very funny, but especially because they're completely genuine about what they're doing.
Yeah,
that's what makes it much better, the full buy-in. But the Spurs despise the Oklahoma City Thunder. Like, Wemby brought it upon himself to be like, I'm not letting this team that plays unethical hoops, as he said, win. He put out hits on Thunder players. He put out a hit on Jerry McCain, changed the entire series.
Completely changed it.
And he skipped talking to the media. When he won the media award this year for the NBA, for players who talk to the media the best, he skipped it one game. But he's a generational superstar to, like, the highest degree. I don't give a fuck.
I was drinking water. I thought you were going to say more there.
No, I'm teeing up for you.
No, I want to beat his French ass badly. I am ready to fully hate Victor Wembanyama's guts because he's so fucking French. He plays like a French guy. Like he is.
Yeah, but he's
theatrical.
He's theatrical, but he's incredibly genuine. He's a dog. He's a tough
talented.
motherfucker.
It's not like the Shea flop nonsense. Like I don't get the sense of like Wemby flopping nearly as much as Shea does because nobody on the planet does.
Never.
Yeah.
Wembanyama takes flopping very seriously.
Yes,
thinks it's
but,
unethical.
But he's very theatrical. Like even after the game, like he was like looking up to the crowd and doing like the very like soccer thing of like and like almost crying, which I'm hoping that they've done what we've accused teams of in the past before. Hope that was their finals.
But Wemby has talked about the crying thing when people were talking about it. He's like, I don't want to carry the burden of my emotions around with me. He lets it loose. He's very
mature. What the fuck?
He's an incredibly pure individual. Like he's so good for the NBA. Like so many people were tweeting about like they're tired of nonchalant superstars who like win something like that and they're like, I'm sick. Like Wemby was going around the court screaming. He grabbed his teammates by their jerseys. Like, they despise that Thunder team. But I do think the Knicks present some matchup problems. I'll say that right now.
1,000,000% do. I like a lot of the matchups the Knicks have against the Spurs. I think that there's some positive matchups that other teams don't get to have against the San Antonio Spurs that the Knicks do.
Like especially because the Knicks probably have 2 of the 5 guys in the NBA that are most equipped to guard Wemby, first of all, in OG Anunoby and Nine Finger Mitch. But we'll see what happens with there. And the Spurs don't really ever play 2 bigs because Wemby is such a shot blocker and such a defensive force that they want to just get as many wings and as many floor spacers and just like athletic freaks like we're going to see in the series around him. So he kind of gets dogged on the glass sometimes.
A little bit.
Like the Thunder crush him on the glass in this series. It wasn't enough, but like the Knicks are great on the offensive glass.
Really good.
And like he's not going to guard Cat. So you're going to have like Julian Champagnie guarding Cat.
There's going to be some interesting
Keldon Johnson
matchups of like again, Knicks do this very well, but like getting the right guys on like Jalen and Cat, they're going to be able to take advantage of the Spurs defense, I think.
I think so too. The Knicks handled the Spurs this season. The Knicks won the Wemby minutes in 2 of the 3 games they played against them. Like there's really
and the NBA Cup.
What a moment for the NBA Cup.
I know, right? Nothing is bigger right now, or nobody is on a higher high right now than the NBA Cup.
I'm also very happy now going into the Knicks never rose that banner.
That was fate.
Yes. This is perfect. But like it's especially, did you also notice that when the line opened up, it's moved heavy towards the Knicks?
Whoa.
It went from minus 185 to plus 185 to plus 170 since the line opened officially last night.
Did not notice that. Okay.
I think the world is like, and I listened to Zach Lowe talk this morning about it. He was like, I think that opening line is way too Spurs heavy.
Yeah.
People are ignoring how good this Knicks team is. I was hanging out with my Ohio friends this weekend. They were like, you guys suck. You're going to get blown out. Your door's blown up.
How do we get suck?
I don't think you guys were watching the same series I just watched. We kicked your ass. Like, it was just, this team is on a heater right now, especially if these guys still come in hot. Like, who knows? Also, like, Wemby's never played this much basketball.
It's a lot of basketball for the Frenchman.
When Wemby was finishing those games, like, he kind of looked like the way those marathon runners look.
Oh, like
like you have 3 more steps in your body until you're going to collapse.
Dragging the feet to the finish line.
They've put him on a pitch count over the last few months just preparing for this run, and he's got the shit beat out of him in these games. Like
I hope the Knicks beat the shit out of him. I want some physical basketball because that was one thing I noticed too, and I know a lot of it is because the Thunder flop. But watching the Spurs like on ball defense, I wish we had that much space as the Knicks over the last 4 playoff runs that we've had.
And we'll see that. And also, the other part of them playing very soft defense was them absolutely going for guys' legs and hitting people hard. Like,
correct.
Carter Bryant made a football move
crazy.
on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, but also, this Spurs team is the average age in the Spurs team is younger than I think is going to be LSU's age this year in hoops.
What?
There's like a college. Someone did the side by side. Maybe it was St. John's.
I was thinking St. John's. They're old.
Always old, but like a lot. Man, who was it? Maybe it was one of the teams that got deep this year. I don't remember, but like the Spurs' average age is like 23 years old.
Yeah, I mean they're young.
Like Devin Vassell's been in the league 4 years, and he's like the old man. He's
like 23.
he was spewing vitriol to the Thunder when he was throwing.
I respect
those dunks. They're a fun team. I think it's going to be an all-time epic NBA Finals.
Knicks in 7.
Knicks in 6.
I mean, I wanted to say 6, but I'll take Knicks in anything.
Give me game 1. That's all I'm worried about is the first game.
That's all you can worry about. And the series doesn't start until you win on the road. We can start the series immediately.
With a double win.
Double win would be huge. All right, I think that's all we got for you, right?
Yeah, he's good.
That's it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Mets'd over on YouTube. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draftneck Mark. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Let's go Knicks.